he really likes me. So that day, the man gave me like 50,000 naira. And in my life, I've never met a man that's given me that amount of money. So one day, I dropped my daughter in school and my son. Instead of going back to my husband, who is not financially buoyant, I left with the man. So he brought me to Lagos.
You left your family, I mean your husband and your children, you followed the man.
Yes, I left my family and I followed the man.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Nenye Baby. So guys, today I have a woman here. She says she's a married woman, but something happened in her marriage, so she would like to share it with us. If you have any advice, please, after this video, drop it for her in the comment section. No harsh words. According to her, it has not been easy, and for her to even come here, it's not so easy for her. Please don't use harsh word on these videos, though the video is somehow. Okay, ma, no mention your name. Just tell my audience the reason why you are here so that people can listen and give you advice if they have.
Okay, I really feel so bad sharing my story, but I hope and pray my husband sees this. So, while growing up, I was this beautiful young girl that had so much dream because I wasn't born with a silver spoon, and I grew up and saw how my parents suffered and they brought me up. Though will I say I'm not well educated in the sense that I am a secondary school dropout. So things were not really easy with me and my family. So I had this ideology that okay, since I'm beautiful and seeing the way my parents have suffered, I would get a good man for myself when I grow up. So while growing up, I had so many suitors, I had so many men coming for me, and it was really tough for me though. So with time, I instead of just moving around because I kept myself, I was so decent, I kept myself. Instead of moving around with different men, I was like, okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to, if I see a man I really like and the man is financially buoyant, I'm going to just settle down with that man and build a family. So all along, my expectations was not coming forth. The men coming to me, they were just average. They were not up to my expectations. So, and time is going. As a lady, we have time. Anyway, I saw a man I liked, and though he was not bad, he was doing very well, but not to my expectation. So I felt like settling down with that man. So I got married to that man. From where I was staying, we moved to Abuja, and when he came, he told me he was living in Abuja. So I was so happy and I felt excited. Me and the man we got married. He did traditional wedding. He wedded me. He did white wedding, and everything was going well. So I had this ideology that Abuja is really a big place. I'm going to enjoy there. He's going to live in a mansion. Now. Since he already told me he was living in Abuja, so I just had this ideology he's going to be a big man and everything was going to go well for me. Not until we relocated. I relocated with him from the village to Abuja, and ah, God. So when we moved to Abuja, we were living in a face me, I face you house. I was really disgusted about everything because the life I expected was not coming forth, and things were not really going well with me and my husband too. So when we moved there, though he was trying, my husband really loves me. He was taking care of me, but he was not financially buoyant, all that. So I took him for the first child, my first child. I even gave birth in the house because of there was no enough money to take care of me and my child. Things were really hard for me. I don't even know how to explain it because I really feel very bad for myself. So after everything, I think I took him for the second child, and my husband contacted a midwife. because the first child that I had, I gave birth to my first child in the house. So my second child, my husband contacted the midwife. She was the one taking care of me. Even the hospital we went to was not even a proper hospital. It was just the midwife that was taking care of me and all that. So God helped me. I delivered safely for my second child. So things were really, in fact, even to pay my daughter's school fees, my son's school fees, things were very hard. We were not even feeding very well. We were not eating up to 3 square meal. I was not looking good. Even my hair, I was just wearing plaiting all back. If you even see my clothes, I was not looking good. I was not looking okay. We're really suffering. So, and that was not the life I wanted. That was not the life I prayed to God I wanted. And life happens, and I found myself in that situation. So, with time, I told myself, okay, this is not the life I want. And though I was still expecting more, and I was not patient enough, so I think there was a day I took my daughter to school. I met this man as I was going. We were trekking. I saw him along the roadside, and he stopped me. He confronted me that he really likes me. So that day the man gave me like 50,000 naira. And in my life I've never met a man that's given me that amount of money. So I was amazed. So we got talking and all that. With time, he started getting me a lot of gifts. He was taking care of me. So with the fear of, if I keep bringing this gift to the house, my husband is going to see it, I was so scared. So I was thinking, I said, what will I do? So every morning I go to drop my child in school, and in the once it's 2, 3, I'll go and pick them. So I told myself, I said, this man is taking care of me, because in the house for like a month, my data that I do maybe every month, it will not be even up to a month. It would have, you know how things are now, data would have finished. And the man I married, he's not financially buoyant to take care of the data and all that. So sometimes it will even be up to a month. I will not be able to come online on social media. I'll just be there. I'll be in the dark. So since I met this man, he has been making life easy for me. And if I keep bringing those gifts, my husband might suspect I'm having something to do with somebody else outside. So I had to I had to use my wisdom. So one day I dropped my daughter in school and my son, and I called him. We met where we usually meet. So we got talking. I told myself, since this man is taking care of me, instead of going back to my husband, who is not financially buoyant, because at first the life I wanted, that's not even the life I'm even seeing with my husband. So I just took some of my clothes, just one or two, and I put it inside my bag. I left with the man. So he brought me to Lagos.
You left your family, I mean your husband and your children, you followed the man.
Yes, I left my family and I followed the man. So I followed him to Lagos, because we were initially in Abuja, and he stays in Lagos, so he relocated with me to Lagos. So ah, that was where my problem started.
Like you left your husband's home, you
Yes.
moved in with another guy, single guy.
Yes. We relocated from Abuja to Lagos.
Okay.
So when I left, things were going very well for me. In fact, the life I wanted, the flamboyant life I wanted, I started getting it. Because then when I was in my husband's house, I was just plating all back. I was not looking good. I was wearing rags. If you see me, even to feed very well, I was not feeding very well. I had no wigs. Ah, I can't really explain it, but when I moved in with this man, things started going well for me. And he was taking care of me. I had no issues with feeding. I had no issues with data. In fact, every week I was changing my clothes. He was giving me millions of money. I was really enjoying. We had a maid, because he was living in a mansion. So anything I wanted, the maid would get it for me, or him himself would get it for me. So along the line, I started falling sick. For like a month, I'll fall sick like 2 times in a week. I'll fall sick. So I was not really okay. I'll get to tell him that okay, I'm sick, or he'll tell the
So what
maid.
happened to your children? This I'm still thinking, like, what happened to your children? What happened to your husband when you moved in with this man?
Okay, I changed my SIM when when I left from Abuja to Lagos. I left my children, I left my husband. So I was not in contact with them. I don't know anything about them. I left them. I changed my SIM when I moved in with this man. So after everything, I was falling sick at least twice, or maybe throughout a week in a month. I'll fall sick. And every time I kept telling this man, you say nothing, that I will be fine and all that, maybe because I'm missing him and all that. So usually he used to buy things. I don't really stress myself. Either he buys things for me or the housemate buy things for me. So I don't get to do much chores at home. So I noticed, okay, he used to buy underwears for me. He used to buy my panties, my clothes, or if at all we want to even buy my clothes, we'll go out together. But mostly my underwears and my panties, he was the one that was always getting it for me. So I don't know, there's a particular room in the house. He told me he stores his stuff, his office stuff there, his work stuff there. That room was like a store for us, for him, basically. So I don't know. I don't go there. I don't sweep. I don't do anything like I said. So since I kept feeling sick and I was at home, so one day I went upstairs. I don't know. My mind was just then just check this room. At least you've been in this house for like 2 years and some months, and
Wait, 2 years and some months. You
yes,
left your children and your husband.
yes.
Okay.
So since I left them and I've been with this man, I've been in the house and I was like, okay, let me just go upstairs and get water and some stuff. So me going upstairs, there's this particular room that my fiance, let me just put him as my fiance because he was not married to me, and for like 2 years I've been in that house and some months he didn't get married to me. Even sometimes I do confront him, I'll tell him, we've been together. I don't know why you don't want to get married to me. He will tell me, don't worry, very soon. So that day, that lucky day, I went upstairs. I went to get water and some things, like I said. And there's this particular room, this store that my husband always, according to him, my fiance rather, according to him, he says that room he usually stores things and he keeps things, his office things and all that. So that day I went up, I saw a key on the door. It was not locked. I don't know if it was locked, but the key was on the door. So I was like, okay, that since this room is always entering this room and I've never seen how this room looks like, let me open and see how the room is. And since the key was on the door, I just opened the room. And what I saw, Jesus Christ, I cannot really explain it. In fact, that place was like I don't know how to explain it. There was so many diabolical things inside. I saw my pictures, I saw my panties, my underwears, I saw a mirror. I even had to even go forward to look at the mirror. I was seeing myself too. I was so scared.
You were doing what?
I saw there was a mirror on the wall and I just looked at the mirror. I saw myself. I was too, like, I was asking myself, I said, how am I too? I looked at myself again. I was with my phone. I even on my flashlight to look if I was too. I checked the mirror again. I was still seeing myself too. But if I look at myself, I was just the only one there. I was so scared. I could not, but I didn't even know whether to call my mom, because actually at that time I can't call my mom. I don't have friends. I don't know who to call. I was just so scared. So the things that keep scaring me about what I saw in that room was because my fiance rather, was always buying panties. He's this kind of man that likes buying panties and underwears for me. Most times, since I have so many underwears and so many panties, I would, if I want to wear them, there are sometimes I will not see some of my underwears or panties. I will ask my maid, because it was only me, my maid, and my fiance that lives in the house. I'll ask the maid if she took any underwear. She'll say no. So sometimes I will ask my fiance. He said no, that I should check. Maybe I trashed the underwear or the panties. And I keep thinking, where will I trash? Abi, was I sleeping and I trashed my panties or I trashed my underwear? So when I got there to that room and I saw all those things, I saw the panties, I saw the underwear, I was like, so this is what this man used all these things to do. And I was so scared. I didn't know what to tell. I was very, very scared. Candles were on, there were red clothes, so many things I can't even explain it. I was so scared. So I just locked the room and came down. I didn't tell him. I could not even eat in the house. I could not even bathe. In fact, I could not sleep. I was awake all night till day. I was awake. And I don't know, I just said to myself, I can't keep staying in this house because I would fear. So I left the house and went to an hotel. Since I was
You left the man house.
Yes, I left his
He
house.
did not see you.
He didn't see me. When he left to work, I left the house. He didn't
So
know.
he's even working.
He's working. According to him, I don't
Do you know his office?
No, ma.
You don't know his office, but he's working.
Yes.
Okay.
So that was how I didn't even take all my belongings. I just took my three of my clothes and my one of my bag and I left. So when I left, there was still some money with me. I was lodging in an hotel. I still had some money with me. And life was really tough for me. I was like, everything that I wanted in life just went upside down. And
Why are you now running away from the man's house? I think the man has money. Is it because of what you...
it was because of what I saw, and I don't know how to explain these things.
So, what later happened? Why did you contact me?
I contacted you because I want you to really help me. I need advice because I can't really go back to my husband. I called my neighbor, my former neighbor where I was staying before in Abuja. I called her to ask about my husband and my children. She said my husband is now doing well. My husband is no more living in where he was living in before. My children, they've changed their school, and I called my mom. My mom said I shouldn't call her. I called my siblings. They said I shouldn't call them, that I should call my husband. And I've been calling my husband. He has changed his line. I'm so scared of going back to my marriage because I don't know how my husband will see me.
Okay, so now you want to go back to your marriage?
Yes, I really do.
Because you saw that man is not who... Maybe his money is not genuine.
His money is not.
So what of your health? Are you okay now?
I'm not okay. I'm not feeling well. From the way I even talk, I'm not feeling well. I'm very sick. I'm very, very sick. And
have you gone to hospital?
I've gone to hospitals. They said nothing is wrong with me, but I'm not still okay. Sometimes I even bleed. I'm not okay at all. Please.
Since you left that man's house, have he called you?
I changed my SIM.
Again?
Yes.
You sabi change SIM. Once you left your husband's house, you change your SIM. You leave this your rich guy now. You change your SIM again. Now, wow. So, guys, you people heard her. The one that shocked me is that she left her 2 children and her husband in Abuja and followed the rich guy come down to Lagos State. She just want to enjoy life where there is money. Even you have the mind to leave your 2 children for who? Just because of money.
I was thinking maybe I will get a better life there, then go back and get them.
You were thinking 1 year pass. You were thinking 2 years. Plus, it's because you find something you want to go back to your husband. So which normal woman being will leave her children and her husband and followed another man just when things get better? I don't understand how. And you said that your husband married you, did wedding and everything before you could travel to Abuja.
Yes, you wedded me well, but ma, you will not blame me. I was so naive.
No, I'm not blaming you. There's no one blaming you. I'm just saying something like you sleep and wake up and you decide to leave your husband's house, follow another man just to enjoy life. Those life you are enjoying with that man, where you are driving car, changing wigs, changing clothes. Are you tired of them now? Because you can't tell me you just leave the man's house, you want to go back to your husband's house. Are you sure your husband will still accept you?
I don't know. That's why I'm coming to seek
You have
advice.
okay. Which advice do you want us to give you now? What exactly do you want? You want to go back to your husband's house?
Yes.
You don't know the place again. You can ask people now. Maybe you go and beg him. You can still
I'm
allow
so
you.
scared. I'm
You
so
are scared of who?
my husband. Because of the way he left.
Because of the way you left.
Yeah.
But you know that you did not do well now. That part alone, you left your husband and the children just to follow a man. You don't know him from anywhere. What if this man used you for money ritual? What will you say? You don't know this man from anywhere. You just followed him down to Lagos. You started living life 1 year, 2 years. Oh my guys, I don't have advice, so I'm going to post your video for people to advise you. But since you still know that your husband is living in Abuja, just go and try, beg him that you want to come back. You tell him where you went before and now you want to come back and see what he will say. Or you go to your parents, let them help you and beg your mother. In fact, I don't know if you know what you did. For the sake of your children, you still live just because of money. Until you not try, you. I will tell you the truth, you did not try. There's nothing like you don't know the spirit that no spirit. Anyway, please let's learn from this story. Where you are should be okay. In fact, learn how to build yourself. Some ladies want to get married to a rich man that will have money, give them this, give them that. You self, you need to have your own money, no matter how small. Please, learn how to build yourself as a lady. Start making your own money. Start doing something. Learn handwork, anything at all. Don't believe that it's only your husband that will get money and be spending on you. You're supposed to have your own money. At least. Now, she ran away from her husband's house. All the way from Abuja, she went to another state, Lagos State, and started living another life with the guy. After 2 years plus, she wants to go back to her husband. I don't know how the man will see this, but please, if you have advice, drop it for the comment section. Help me share this video. Please make sure you are learning from these stories, because this one, you get as it be. Thanks for watching this video, guys.